Like,
all right,
here.
I'm going to do the theme song and we're going to dance, and then from there, something will happen.
Okay, remember that we're 4 minutes in.
Hey, girl. This is the Quorators podcast. America's #1 favorite Quora-based podcast with the homies Alex and Claire and Jeremy. No Claire this week.
No Claire this week. Maternity leave. Had a baby.
She's had a baby, and she's a mother now, and she cares
I'm
for
next.
It. That's right. I'm rubbing Jeremy's tummy if you're not watching the YouTube.
Oh, it's kicking. It's kicking.
I'm sending my love into him, and that's how a baby is made. Well, we've got a great episode for you this week. We have Josh Boerman here from the Worst of All Possible Worlds podcast. Josh, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. This is exciting. I was rewatching some episodes of Quorators for prep for this.
As we all do.
Every day. I came across a question that you had read out from a man named Josh Boerman.
Oh.
I was like, what the fuck?
Whoa. Was it a good question?
I don't actually remember. I was just like stunlocked by the existence of a man who had my name but not, you know?
Yeah,
Evil Josh.
Yeah, evil Josh.
A dark
Josh.
and European Josh.
Yeah, horrible. Probably also Dutch.
If there's a Dutch version of you, it's probably the evil one. That is
He has
the
a
house
podcast called The Worst of All Possible Worlds.
That's so true. Yeah.
It's about sausages.
Because they do sort of V's and W's over there.
Yeah, a lot of V's.
do,
A lot of V's. A lot of guys with names that start with Van and Vander.
They'll take a letter and just diagonal line right
Boom,
through it.
half.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What are you trying to tell me? Well, we're going to find out today. It's a pretty big episode. Now, Josh, you tackle the big questions of life on your podcast.
We do. Like, how big can Goku get?
Right.
That's one of the big ones.
And he can get quite large.
pretty large, yeah.
Well,
Through
this
training.
episode-
Yeah.
Through training. Well, also, you can inflate him, or you can he turns into a great ape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that alone is going to make you quite large. But aside from Goku, we're tackling the big issues of the world. Now, Claire is our main foot on the ground in this podcast. She keeps us on the level. And so while she's gone, we're going to get into the nitty gritty of the world politics
Oh, God.
this week. And we're going to go use Quora.com to see what people are talking about and what the state of the world is. When you have a tender soul like Claire here, it can be difficult because she just wants to keep everything rock and roll and kemosabe. And, at a certain point of the day, we all got to be little Napoleons and put on our hats and go to war.
Oh, yes. His weird hat.
Yo, do you know Napoleon's hat? The famous sideways hat? It was actually to fly in the face of the local officer corps.
Really?
Who would have the hat front to back.
Oh.
I know that you're a big Napoleon expert.
I am. I love the guy.
You read one book on him.
I love Austerlitz. I love history on horseback.
Name your favorite artillery position. Quick.
Dutch.
Okay.
Alex is maybe the most well-read person I know, period.
Thanks.
Like, genuinely.
Wait, I have a great addition to this conversation.
Please.
So,
Okay.
as you may know from listening to this show, I have recently had a baby,
No.
which means I've been talking to my mother more than ever. And I was talking to my mom about, when's the baby going to roll off of things and hit its head? And she was like, oh, it almost never happens. You have to stop it from happening. She's a doctor, so she deals with people
I know
coming
what
in
you're
all the time. And she was like, there was that one time you had a fever of 105 and your father let you fall off of a changing table and you slammed your head into the ground right as I caught your leg. What? And I'm always asking myself, well, I can't remember faces or names or dates. And it's exactly from that point in time.
My mom, like when I was a little kid, there was a brief moment where I straight up fucking stopped breathing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And every time I talk to my mom about Mom, why am I like this? She's always like, well, I just kind of figured that after that happened, all the times that you're just a little special, that's...
It's the breath you're missing.
That's right.
It's from the fear of the moment.
That's right.
That's scary.
Yeah, I mean, it was for her. I don't remember it,
It's interesting just looking at people and seeing what brain problems they have and then what physical trauma that compounded them as a child.
Yeah.
Alex, you have a baby now. Can you imagine dropping her and being like, man,
Can
whatever.
I imagine it? It's constantly almost happening.
I will say the photos that you sent of me, adorable. Folks, just want you to know, This is a very cute baby.
I like that you said, I assume you meant to me, but you said of me.
I've been sending out pictures of Josh around. And
Yeah,
like,
this is what I was talking about. The brain
photo.
damage. Yeah,
what's he, like 30? He's so cute.
yeah, really, really cute pictures of me.
You made it really big, they say.
That's
me.
right. No,
So fast.
but great baby. As long as
he
we're
has a
doing baby
podcast?
reviews.
S tier baby.
S tier baby.
Thank you for saying that my baby is such a high tier. And this is, of course, a reference to last week where Claire learned what S tier meant.
Yeah. That's
What?
God, we miss Claire. Oh, well.
I'm going to do my
that.
best. I feel like I can't live up, but I'm going to do my best to bring something to the proceedings.
You're the closest we could get.
Oh.
It's like the same spirit.
Oh, okay.
With us right now.
Nice.
Well, of course, at some point we have to go on the internet as that's what the show is.
That's
the
So
show.
let's get started with the space of the week. Space of the week. Long sustained
great.
on that. Every week we go onto a Quora space, which is kind of like a subreddit for Quora, and we just say, what is going on here?
What the heck?
What the heck is this? And there's a lot of different stuff on here. This week's, because it's kind of like a world of politics episode, we're on the grand review of armies.quora.com.
Yes.
There's a
to
picture of a mountain.
discuss anything in regards to the military. Veterans welcome.
Okay, now in this room, how many veterans do we have?
Oh, of the damn console wars.
I was going to say I'm a veteran of the posting wars, but yeah, not like war.
I was
Three
going to say
generals.
posting war, and then I said console for some reason.
Xbox versus PlayStation. Many men were lost.
Many men died.
There's a wonderful picture of a guy with a peace sign on his helmet,
Yeah.
a la Full Metal Jacket,
and a sort of cigarette.
and a cigarette. Well, he's smoking a cigarette, which will
because
take
he has a
years off your life.
silhouette, it could be a weird tongue move. He could be sticking his tongue out.
Oh yeah, but
like
it
he
has
has
to
a
be a
very
very
flat tongue.
like serpentine tongue. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
he's a
something's
sort of
wrong with your
lizard.
tongue, he could be sticking out his tiny,
Really
thin tongue.
so flat. The
It
flattest
has to
tongue.
be considered that's one of the possibilities.
darting it out to taste the air because he's part lizard.
That's right.
Lizard.
Now there is a portrait of a mountain behind him. Everyone knows mountains are the battlegrounds of land formations, and an
all know
artilleryman will
that.
see that and imagine all the different places.
This is
they
the
can set up.
most read person I know. Well read, Alex Patak.
Please stop! I've hurt my brain.
I'm loving with that mountain topography just how pixelated it is. This looks
Yes.
like it was created in Microsoft Paint in 1994.
Yes.
Really nice.
It's actually one of the paintings a veteran made to try to forget the children he's killed.
Oh yeah, in Microsoft Paint.
Yeah.
This is an original George W. Bush.
I was about to say, yeah. We can only assume it's from George W. Bush, who we do not see on the contributor list at the top here.
My favorite artist. No, the contributors are all 124 though. A lot of people.
Yeah, I mean he's a vet. Bush is a veteran of the posting war, so he posts from an alt at this point.
Yeah.
He knows.
Some strong Euro names off the top. We had like an Ernest Materlek
Yeah, that's one.
is
Ernst.
a contributor. Susanna Vilchanen, who knows
He's
Finnish.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, finally somebody who does.
Baz Barovich.
And then Josh Alexander, who
okay.
I think is American and fought in Iraq.
Semper Fi, soldier.
He is a sergeant of Marines.
Classic type of sergeant.
Yeah.
And he's now a blogger, and he worked at Quora. Whoa.
Thank you for trading blood for oil.
Whoa.
Okay, so we're on
I
Josh's
want to work at
page.
Quora.
Yeah.
Parentheses company.
Okay.
He's the founder and editor of The War Elephant, which is
Okay.
a
Oh,
Quora
he made
space
The
and
War
a YouTube
Elephant.
channel. You know The War Elephant?
Yeah, I love it.
He made that.
Oh my God.
This is a YouTube channel. I don't want to.
What a power combination, by the way. Quora Space and YouTube channel.
Yeah, I just the ease with which we can immediately know what someone looks and sounds like on the internet is so funny to me. That we could see that like, he's contributing to this space, and then we're like, here he is.
Should we try to get his voice before we click play on this video?
I can do that if you'd like. I wasn't going to play it, but we can. I have
Well,
to change
if
this
there's a
thing.
chance that then we have to give John Davis.
Wait, hold on. This guy's name is Joshua Alexander, not John Davis. What's going on here?
Oh wait, you're right, John Davis.
John Davis is from Korn.
What the
Wait,
fuck?
maybe his middle name is Alexander.
Is this the guy from Korn?
This could be.
I don't want to give the money from our YouTube to the
I
guy
thought
from
John
Korn. He has
Davis-
enough money.
I thought John Davis was Garfield guy.
No,
Oh.
that's
Jeff? No.
Don't put me on the spot here.
Who is the beloved creator of Garfield?
It is Davis.
Jim
Jim
Davis.
Davis. God
But
damn.
it's John Arbuckle. So
yeah, that's what was
That's what
that's
you
what
get.
was
Yeah,
throwing
yeah.
me off.
But Jonathan Davis is the guy from Quorators.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we're on the Garfield Wikipedia. As
Yeah,
is the
we're reading
premise of
about
our show.
normal.
Anyways, can we go back to the space?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you want to do the War Elephant or Grand Review of Armies.
No.
but I
We're
would like
doing
to explore
grand
the
review of Armies. You've picked out some questions for us.
We have 3 military men here.
Actually, it's
That's
just
right.
one question. In the end, does the military use directed energy weapons in all countries of the world?
In the end, they do, I believe. They direct
In
them.
the end, it doesn't even matter.
I was explaining explaining the rail cannon to my wife last night.
Like the concept of a railgun?
Yes, like what a railgun is.
Yeah.
Thank you for not taking the lewd option of just
I was about to.
implying that I was blasting her penis-wise, because that is not what I was saying.
Well, I have to imagine most explanations like that for you, Alex, are starting off with you being like, you want to see my rail cannon? And your wife's like, I don't know what that means, and it's upsetting me. And you're like, all right, so.
It creates kinetic propulsion far faster than typical chemical propulsors. Using electromagnetic force, by the way, through 2 rails.
Cool.
Anyway, yeah.
How did she receive that?
She couldn't believe it. Yeah, she was like, and it's a non-explosive charge? Yeah, just a big spike, and it shoots out so fast.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love that the military has created these weapons that are like so scientifically advanced and mind-blowing, and they have almost no practical use. Like,
Well, I mean, up until there is, I mean, that's the thing about like LRADs, right? I think about LRADs a lot.
What is an LRAD?
speak on it, brother.
That an
Thank
LRAD
God the women are gone from this podcast.
that is an
All one of
LRAD
them.
is basically a full blast of directed sound.
Yeah.
And it's mostly used by the police to disperse protests.
It's like the one that will maybe be used on you.
Remember when they tried to like give the police that gun that shoots like a rope that gets your legs all fucked up?
Yeah,
What?
the
were like-
cartoon gun.
They're like a new way to stop criminals, and then the police shoot the
They
rope.
shoot you
and
with the
it,
lasso gun?
It hits you with the legs and lassos
No
the legs.
fucking way.
But it turns out it's like lethal 70% of the time or something. So they can't do.
Yeah, it's like really dangerous because it shoots you and then you
Bola
fall
wrap.
to the fucking ground.
Oh my God.
All right, I'm playing this video.
Okay.
By the way,
A handheld remote device called the Bola Wrap is a new tool in the Bend Police Department's tool belt. But don't let the cute
I'm
names
skipping
fool
ahead.
yeah, go ahead
be
and
used
jump
to-
I
ahead
just
to
wanna
them
see the
shooting the
video.
gun.
Oh, are they going to
please.
do a test deployment? Here we go.
Shoot
Here we
this-
go.
Shoot this turkey.
Come on.
Department had these put
See,
into
okay,
the
it didn't really do. You can see
Well,
it.
because he's standing still, so
Yeah.
of course it wouldn't. But if you're in
If
motion,
you're in motion, that thing's gonna fucking.
We should explain to the
wrap
listener,
you up.
We're watching 2 fine officers
Yes.
shoot the bowling gun at each other, but they're
Right.
not moving. But it does seem like it really wrapped them up.
It did wrap him up.
isn't there a video game where you actually have this
received
gun?
a grant.
Yeah.
So turn the sound off.
There are many, and also the country of Australia has used this for many years in their many emu wars.
Oh,
Yeah. So this
That
is how
makes
they
sense.
defeated the emus.
There was also the time that Joe Biden said that police officers should just aim for people's legs
Right,
with
get 'em
regular
with the ground.
guns.
And I think this was like kind of meeting them halfway on that. Is like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll do that, but then not with bullets.
boy, this comedy podcast really is getting a little bit political, isn't it?
Well, it's the politics episode,
yeah,
Josh.
so true, so true.
Hey, I don't
That's
know.
because you're
touch
our
this
number
stuff.
one politics guy.
You know what can I say?
We had to get you on the horn for these.
Absolutely.
But in the end, the military does use directed energy weapons in all the countries of the world. Can we go to some of these answers? I bet they're going to be really good.
Yeah, I don't know.
A bunch of operators chiming in here. Not this one. This is
This
looks
is
hard
from
to read.
Wikify.
Okay, that is. I'm going to spell this for the listeners.
Please do.
WIICIKIEID.
I did add an F, I'm realizing. It's not Wikify.
I don't care. It's Wikified as far as I'm concerned. That's the impact of reading it, and that means
Yeah.
that's the word.
It's all caps, too.
Yeah.
And it's someone from Savannah, Georgia.
Right, and he is also a operator and
Yeah, he's in the military.
army man.
Yep.
And so he's saying directed energy weapons, as in kind target individuals, almost all just paranoid schizophrenics amidst a psychotic episode, go on
Targeted.
and on about. Or do you mean any technology that relies upon the use of some incapacity or directly attacks directly with lasers? So he's asking himself a question in the question, and then is saying he's talking about Havana syndrome, which he does
He's
not
saying
think
it's
is real.
bullshit.
Yeah.
This guy's actually kind of a straight shooter.
Yeah, he's kind of doing a thought experiment. He's like, you think you're talking about directed energy weapons? What are you, some sort of paranoid schizophrenic?
Right, exactly.
You asshole.
Well,
He also says, hey, you, kindly let me know if you see content of mine behind any paywall. My content is meant to be free for everyone.
I don't like the winking emoji that he's got
It's a
after
little
"Hey
odd.
you." It's like a little bit of a come on.
He has a nose in it. I haven't seen an emoji with a nose in a long time.
I don't want anyone on an army base to wink at me.
But it's good that we're not reading this on the bonus episode because otherwise it would
be
have
behind
to.
a
Oh, it'd be behind a
Yeah.
paywall.
Should we
Yeah.
come back and read his shit?
No,
behind the paywall?
no, no.
As long as none of you tell him Wikified about it, I'm going to do it.
I did just want to note one other thing about Wikified, which is that his profile picture is a candle, and then there's a pentagram next to it.
Yeah, so
That's
witch's
right.
star.
This guy is sick and twisted.
Yeah.
Well, he's Wikified.
Yeah, true.
He's Wikified from the Army, and he's also Army strong. And we can assume Boston strong.
Oh yeah.
He says, how do you personally prefer to be approached by an interested male?
Sorry.
Zoom and enhance.
I'm so sorry to interrupt the flow, but I just noticed that he's also a contributor to the impeachment of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And right above is John's political corner. We are in the politics zone today, and that
Yes.
fucking
And
rules.
right after it, relationship goals.
Absolutely.
And Street
Evolution
Survival.
of rock.
He's in every space we've been to. He's in America's Gun Club. He's in Street Survival.
Yeah, he's kind of he's Quorators' #1 guy.
The paradox of Alice on the anti/pro-social path.
Go ahead and save Evolution of Rock. That's another one we're going to some week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, not now, but we're going to come back to
We'll be
Evolution
back.
of Rock. We'll be back, rock and rollsters. Should we click on any of his things? We're spending a lot of time
No,
on space.
we're
of the
moving
week.
on.
Wikified, thank you for writing in. This has been all of the grand review of Armies
I feel like I learned so much about armies.
/ War Elephant.
Welcome to the quiz course. Hit it.
It was really hard to kind of stay on a bead there, but we're moving on.
That's
Damn
not
it.
real. That's not real. That's
Damn
also,
it.
That is real.
Look, I've been on paternity leave, so I haven't hit these buttons in a bit, and at least I remember to take off my hat for the anthem. But yeah, this is the quiz courses, our political quiz.
Oh, brother. Here's a great question. Can I mock an American fatso by oinking like a pig?
Oi! There's nothing our fatsos hate more.
Wait, can I read this answer? This is so
Oh,
good.
yes, please do.
So this is from Rand with a
Paul?
period,
Paul?
who says, no, and absolutely not. That would insult my friends, all of Mr. Piggies out there.
Killing spree.
Americans are not as smart as pigs. Pigs know who fed them, when is mealtime, and what food to eat. Americans don't even know who are their friends or foes. Do not insult pigs. Expert in pig caretaker, 30 years working with pigs, licensed and certified. Ka-ching! And then there's a string of emojis. And then are those pig emojis over there? I can't.
It looks like a different animal.
That fucking rules.
I like that the first one's eye roll.
I'm sorry, we have to click on the pig expert. Click on Rand. We
Rand.
are now changing the theme of the episode. This is Pig Week.
I did not expect. I did not expect that this guy to come in with from the pig perspective.
I did not.
You know what I mean? I thought it was
Holy-
going to be a lot of.
Rand has one
Look at
related
the top.
space.
Look at the top question. How do I find out if the person I'm texting is really being detained in a Canadian jail?
This is a question he has answered, to be clear. He says, just tell the sucker selfie himself in Canadian jails, then send photo to you, dude. When my kids were young and after partying with friends, that was how I picked them up at traffic lights or in front of any stores.
Rand, you are the man. Rand has one field of expertise, and it is Southern Vietnam history. You
Oh
guessed
my
it.
God.
I wonder.
I know
how
about
that
two
is.
things, and that's pigs and the history of Southern Vietnam. Oh, when our great city fell.
No, I was going to say the real twist is that he's actually was a member of the Viet Cong. That's
True. He's an expert on taking Southern Vietnam.
that's right.
From the Yankee
Taking it
teams.
back. Yeah.
I'm trying to read his questions. They're all about like foreign countries. What is about like Ukraine, Russia? A lot of Russian questions.
Rand, you're in the right
Vietnamese.
place.
How do you give a bath for adult cats? Is it easy for you? That's a great question.
Wait. I'm interested in this. I thought there was going to be more pig stuff. I thought he was a
No.
certified pig man.
Yeah, what the
No,
fuck?
he's mostly knows about.
He said he was a pig expert. Was he lying?
Maybe he meant the police.
Oh,
Did you make me lie about Pig Week?
he better not have lied about Pig Week.
I already made the shirts.
He has a great question here. Why is there only one boss in hell, Satan, but many bosses up in paradise, Jesus, Buddha, etc.?
This is a very Dragon Ball Z coded way of looking at things, I feel.
Who is the most powerful in all of paradise? I'm very into the phrasing of this question where you go, why is there only one boss in hell? And then parentheses where you explain it. In case
Satan.
you need an answer from somebody, but they don't know about the devil yet.
Also, just on the merits, there are other bosses
Yeah.
in hell. Like you've got, I don't know, Hades, for
Sure.
instance. Come on.
There's a whole video game about this.
That's right.
There are actually several.
Yeah.
If you played Diablo.
Yep.
I was going to say Hades, the game Hades,
Exactly.
where you have to escape through hell.
So as you can see, there are many bosses in hell.
Yeah. So that's that one.
This has been Pig Week.
It's big. Oink, oink. Didn't you send me a video, Alex, of pigs racing once?
Yeah, I did. I don't have that handy. You're just gonna have to believe me. It was good.
I
believe that
Paul
was sent
Pointer, which is another
Okay.
great name, says check if it's got a gun first, I would suggest.
I'm sorry, we're back on the American.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Can I
Fatso
mock an
question.
American fatso by oinking like a pig?
Right.
Yeah.
Thank God this
Ter-
isn't the AI. Oh, so
Terry Marshall said, yes, if you're, what did he say? Something to the effect of, yes, if you're going to be rude about
if you are
it.
determined to be obnoxiously rude.
Yeah, and he was a former consultant pathologist at the National Health Service. So, of course, he's not going to be obnoxiously rude. He's British.
Yeah.
All right, so we do have a quorum here, though, which is that you absolutely can go ahead and blast an American fatso by calling them a little pig.
Anglo spotted.
Thanks for writing in Piggy Spotted as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
Piggy spotted. We should get a piggy spotted for Americans. Oink, oink.
I'll just get the oink sound probably for Pig Week. Also, when we do Pig Week, I want to play that sound. Really focus on Pig Week. Too bad we don't have any more questions about that. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay, you've got it. Why is this not opening?
Kind of slow internet today. Now, when I play Marvel Rivals with Jeremy, he has competitive ping. So I do wonder sometimes when we do the podcast, I don't know if he turns it down.
I turn it down. I use a lag switch.
Oh, okay.
He kind of seems like he's more prioritized on Marvel Rivals than this very show.
Why has Trump suddenly turned this evil?
Now, this question is this recent?
It's hard to say. I'm looking at answers here.
I may
This
be
is,
asking too much.
Yeah, it's
It was from
this
4
is-
years ago.
no.
This is
This is from a related question. This is from recently.
Okay.
This is from January.
So my question for this question is, what is this in response to? Is it
Yeah, as opposed to what?
His first term, maybe.
Is it because of him being obsessed with the golden Fort Knox?
That is such
Is
a
that
funny.
the,
So
the
fucking
bridge too
funny.
far
Doing.
for you?
I love that. That he's just like, we have no way of knowing.
Stay
guess
away
we-
from that gold, Donald.
We
That's
got to
the
find
nation's.
out exactly how much gold there is.
Yeah. He's coming out against Ethan Hunt, who's the most American man ever.
Right, which is
is a
something that
reference.
would happen in a Mission Impossible movie.
Yes, that's Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
Oh, right.
Doesn't he break into Fort Knox in that first one?
I have never seen a Mission Impossible movie.
You gotta check
The
him
first one's in Europe. I don't really remember a lot of it.
out. Who cares?
Although I did see it recently, and I resent that we're talking about it because I didn't need to talk about the president of this United States of America.
Whoa.
That is Donald J. Trump.
Boink,
Damn.
boink.
I
Let's
call him Donald Trump.
Whoa.
not his name. Let's read some answers here, please.
Okay, unfortunately, a lot of these are answering a different question. Like this one is answering why are some people saying that Trump evil, which I do not care about, and is a different question.
Somebody has posted the definition of the word evil.
Mark McLean says it's not sudden. This is the real Trump. The only difference is the first time around there were some adults in the room, which is no longer the case.
Oh, yeah. We love those sensible moderates. And they're gone now.
I love the adults from the Iran-Contra affair.
Trump has been this evil all along. Just look at his life and his record. Wives, lovers, cheating, bankruptcies, more cheating, fraud, stealing from charities, mocking Gold Star families, and the handicap.
Not Gold Star families.
I do love when you sprinkle in like, and disrespecting veterans.
I don't think that these answers are going to be funny, but I do want to see the question asker because I think that might be interesting.
Okay.
This is Jason Street.
Oh, respect.
Immediately helping me.
Oh, my God.
He's also an Army guy.
Important details for the listener: wearing full Winnie the Pooh ears in the
Jason
Abbey
Street.
here.
22 years in the Army, atheist in a foxhole, fan of Jesus and Satan, the good guys in the Bible.
I don't know
And
what to make of that.
he lives in the UK, York.
Anglo spotted again, Jason Street.
Although
you have
I don't
a
think
top name.
I don't know if is he an Anglo or is he just an American who ended up in No.
He
It's saying
studied at Lanishan
Lanishan
High School,
That
so I
sounds
think
like-
that answers that.
That's probably in fucking Wales or
He's
something.
part of the Lanishan High School Quora space.
Yeah, he's in the Cardiff group. This is a Welshman.
I always find it weird or just unsettling when Europeans talk so intimately about American politics because it's like, you don't have to deal with our stupid shit.
It's
I know that.
so funny to me. I love that that's the case. I love that I don't know fucking shit about these countries and they have to know all our guys.
Well,
Yeah.
the power dynamic is such that they don't like really have a real country. They kind of live in like America DLC,
Right.
and so they have to hear about all our stupid shit, but we don't
It's
have to hear
very
about
funny
theirs.
to me.
I mean, I love the special relationship,
Yes.
the idea of the special relationship, because there is never like unless you're the kind of politics guy like me who really cares about the connections across
Yes.
the pond. There's not
Don't pull any punches here.
there's not a single American who knows what the fucking special relationship is. Whereas the last time I was over in the UK, it was during the prime minister debate between Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer, and there was a whole ass question about like, how does Donald Trump impact the special relationship? And they were like, yeah, we're gonna do whatever America tells us. Like that, both of them said that.
He's so
basically.
cruel.
Yeah.
For me, I just find it so funny when I'm talking to a British person and they like have to know who like Hakeem Jeffries is.
Yeah, you should.
And I'm like, I don't know.
Nobody
who
should
your
have to
equivalent
know who
is.
fucking Hakeem Jeffries is. I wish I didn't know who Hakeem
Sure.
Jeffries was.
I mean, that would be like you not knowing the Duke of York
Yeah, it is like
Exactly.
or the Duke of Canterbury
Or the Duke of Hazzard,
There's
for that
so
matter.
many dukes.
Yeah.
or the Duchess of Winchester.
We gotta stop saying Duke before I start talking about Dune. Has your baby heard you sing that yet? Is that like her lullaby? Is you singing the Dune theme?
I've done it a few times.
Worm Rider.
I've been improvising a lot of the lullabies.
Does she have any like preferred standards yet, or not really?
She has no object or recognition.
Okay, she's not there yet.
She can't
Yeah.
see
trained
farther
her
than
in the
10
voice?
inches from her face. Yeah, I can't control her with the voice.
Nice.
Drink your milk.
I mean, I got my.
Take a huge shit. Yell at me for 3 hours. Take a shit again.
I got my
Drink
niece
milk again.
really into Devo from a young age, and that's
That's fun.
yeah, it is.
Hats.
Yeah, she is not old enough to get into Devo. I'm sorry.
Okay, give her a few more
She's
months
what?
and.
3 weeks old.
She is 3 weeks old.
Oh wow, yeah, no, that's a pretty small baby.
She has no idea about Devo.
All right, that's enough of Jason Street.
Okay, goodbye.
We're moving on.
Let's drive on down.
Politics. What do you call a neo-Nazi with very anti-Semitic views, but have a non-Jewish girlfriend that have Jewish hair?
This is one of the riddles you can give to a genie.
What do you call a neo-Nazi with very anti-Semitic views, but have a non-Jewish girlfriend that have Jewish
Doesn't
hair?
this feel like something that Kanye could have tweeted this
Yes,
week?
yes,
But-
very much so.
And do we know that Kanye does not have a Quora account?
Like this
We
would be like he had just started dating some girl
Sure.
who looked Jewish, and this would be him asking the question about himself.
I feel like Kim Kardashian could be any race you want, really.
Actually, I think that's my answer to this question. Kanye West.
You don't think she has Jewish hair?
No.
I mean, I
She's
don't.
very Persian to have such Jewish hair,
Yeah.
I guess.
I think you have face blindness. You have race blindness.
They're all part of the human race to me, brother. I was dropped on my head from a very young age.
And I was deprived of oxygen, so like brain damage, buds.
We don't know about race realism due to a condition we have.
See, I was a perfectly healthy baby, so I know all the races.
Jeremy's very
I
racist.
can study people's skulls just by looking at them.
He knows they can never abide one another.
Yeah, no.
So to break down this question,
Please.
if you were wondering if the neo-Nazi is real, he does have very anti-Semitic views.
Yes.
He has a girlfriend, so he's
Right.
straight as the day is long.
Who's not Jewish.
But she is not Jewish.
Right.
But her
But-
hair is slightly curled, is kind of
This
what it
girl's
says.
hair.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
it's sort of
right,
like
right.
a dark brown.
Yeah. So is it a problem if my Shiksa girlfriend has curly hair? Is the question.
I mean, I really am doubling down on this. I think Kanye West, I mean, that other girlfriend of his is now leaving him,
Bianca
right?
Sensori.
The naked lady.
But didn't she
Naked
have
woman!
like slightly curly hair? I don't know.
Not really, no.
No,
okay.
it looked pretty straight. Also,
right.
I mean, this is the thing when you're talking about these billionaire celebrity women is they're like 80% science at this
Right,
point.
no,
It's
that's
kind
true.
of hard to break out the calipers and race measure them the way you want to
The way I'd like
politically
to.
No, it's like
to get the deal.
Did you guys watch the Super Bowl this year?
You know, I did not watch this
Because I don't know what the fuck is going on with Tom Brady's jaw these days, but it is crazy.
Yeah.
Like just the amount of engineering that has gone into his chin is unlike anything I've ever seen.
Now he got tackled a lot for like 20 years, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Alex is
possibly
getting very
behind it?
defensive about
I
this.
hate to go full out for Tom, but
Sure.
he is part of what made Boston so strong.
Alex
Sure.
hearing jaw surgery and hearing, now hold on.
I see you went the other way with
Oh,
it.
yeah, because for those who don't know, Alex had, when he was young, intense jaw surgery.
Okay.
I had my
Sort of a
lower
Tom
half of my
Brady.
face broken off and
Holy
moved forward
shit.
and stapled back in because I had a crazy underbite.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But anyway, that made me all the more defensive of Tom
All right,
Brady,
well,
who is the quarterback and must be defended.
All right. Well, I apologize for my aggressions against the people of Boston, and you specifically.
We do not forgive, but we do not forget either.
Okay.
Okay. I believe Jeremy did cover this right after the Super Bowl, but I, at least speaking for myself, am a 100% sports ball style individual. The
right.
way that you all follow that pigskin around, you are the
Oink, oink.
American fatso at which we are oinking.
There it is. My favorite football team, the Mets.
Mets.
The New York Mets.
Let's go Mets,
Let's go Mets, baby.
Slam dunk!
I think the first game of spring training is today for the Mets. I'm really excited.
I hope they get a big one.
The
Oh,
New
yeah.
York Metropolitans.
You know it.
All right, so anyway, I think you just call him a neo-Nazi,
No,
brother. You're in
I
You're in
disagree.
the fight together.
I think if you're a true neo-Nazi and you have a non-Jewish girlfriend who has Jewish hair, I think what you need to do is dump that girl. That's a red flag, honey.
That's a red flag, and that flag stands for communism.
I
Yes.
think, yeah, I
A
mean,
Jewish conspiracy.
I just think in general, if you're a neo-Nazi, you need to fucking like take care of some shit. Like take care of yourself. Take care of yourself.
We love
with
you.
a gun.
This is from Jose
Could be
Carlos.
interpreted
This
so many
question,
different ways.
who Jose Carlos has been banned. I'm not sure why.
Oh, no.
Is
His
it
most
from
recent
knowing
question.
Portuguese language?
His most recent question from 2 years ago is it impossible to be on the internet without seeing porn?
No,
It's not.
I guess if you have a series of firewalls, if you're like in a protected, like if you're in
this is-
Korea, yeah.
That second one is a good question. Is it
Yes.
wrong for a guy to hump a girl in the bed and a girl opens the room's door and the other three girls also come in and they want it too, along with the one who opened the
Yes.
door?
That is wrong.
Fellas,
That's definitely
dive
not
in.
That
okay.
is
That's
wrong.
not okay.
Let's dive in. So 3 girls come in the room, and they want it too.
I also like this
All
question. Can a
three
guy
of
play
them.
Roblox with 5 girls?
I genuinely don't know the mechanics of Roblox.
Anyway, he has a lot of questions about Nazis and pagans. And
He has a lot of questions about-
communists.
What did Adolf Hitler think of Chileans?
A lot of questions about Roblox and
Is
Hitler.
it possible to like Shadow the Hedgehog but hate Sonic the
yes,
Hedgehog?
yes, it
Okay.
is.
This is somebody
yes, it
who's
is.
This is a child posting neo-Nazi questions on the internet.
I'm
being like,
so
"I prefer
sad there are
Shadow."
no answers for this one.
Well, until now.
Until now.
There we go.
What do you want me to say here?
It is
Yes.
not possible to like Shadow the Hedgehog, but hate Sonic the Hedgehog. They are both part of the Hedgehog Brotherhood.
Mm.
What about Rouge the Bat?
Not a hedgehog. This is kind of obvious shit, fellas.
Yeah, no, she's a bat.
Let's get it all together. She is a ruby and diamond finding bat who is
Now-
only out for her next paycheck.
Now, Amy Rose, on the other hand.
What a woman. Did
Now
you
we're
see
talking.
Sonic 3?
No,
Here we are
but
back in Sonic 3 discourse.
no, but I
'Cause
do.
at the end, they do tease Amy. They tease her.
I do watch
Oh, wow.
top 10 hottest female Sonic characters. That YouTube video, I watch it like every week.
Wow.
It's become a
They get
compulsion.
hotter and hotter.
You know the one I'm talking about, right?
I don't know.
Oh
what you're
my
talking about.
god!
It's actually funnier for me that I don't.
I have
no,
no
it's-
idea what you're talking about.
All right, I'll show you guys later.
This is what we're doing on the bonus.
All right, just head to Pornhub.com.
And you're gonna notice when you type in Pornhub up there, it's going to fill in hottest Sonic
That's
characters
right.
on the Google bar. All right, get the next question up.
Here's a question. Do liberals turn into conservatives once they realize that the world is cruel and the government isn't your daddy anymore?
Got him.
Now
Yup.
I'm a daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've noticed that my baby is somewhat liberal.
Oh no.
She's been doing interpretive dances to
Lib
explain
baby.
all kinds of things to me, like when she needs to poop, when she needs to have milk,
Wow.
when she needs to cry.
Yeah.
And all of this, I'm just standing down there and watching her saying, you want all these entitlements, you want all these handouts. When are you going to get a job?
Yeah. True.
So this is
Start a
interesting because I
podcast.
actually just sold my TV show. It's an adult animated show called Lib Baby to the Daily Wire Plus. It's going to be animated by the guys who did The New Norm.
Oh hell yeah.
No,
So
no.
it's called Lib Baby. It's sort of a Stewie Griffin inspired political comedy for adults.
Damn you, vile big government. I can't wait for that. Our whole team is seeing so much success. The future is looking bright.
What if a baby was lib?
That'd be pretty fucked up if you ask me.
Oh, they would get so many vaccines.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Do we want to read these answers, or are they going to be
Please.
annoying?
A lot of them are annoying on the politics ones.
Oh, actually, I kind of like this one.
Please.
Can I read this
is
one?
from Uma Uzi.
Let's go ahead and expand this, and I'm going to do my best lib voice here. I haven't realized the world is cruel. I think overall the world is a pretty decent place. Most people who are widely traveled have not run into problems. Most people don't experience war. Most people do not experience terrible abuse or crime. Most people are not going hungry. Most people are not without many moments of joy and pleasure. That said, there is still way too much cruelty, and American liberalism tries to address that by helping those who are struggling with poverty, unemployment, illness, addiction, loneliness, etc. Government plays an important role in helping people in time. Oh my God, this is really
It's so
boring.
long.
Josh,
It
I've
just-
got
it's
good
really
news
going.
for you.
Yeah?
I've just found my voice actor for Lib Baby.
Let's go. Oh my God! I just shit my diaper. This is unbelievable. That's me
That's
submitting.
good.
Josh Boerman, 34 years old, Brooklyn,
I
New
just
York.
shit my woke diaper.
That's right.
I'm entitled to a bottle.
Oh, that's good
That's
stuff.
what they say. That's
Goo
what they
goo
say.
gaga.
Goo goo.
Grow up and join the army.
That's right.
Stephen Lang says, when the world is cruel, we are called upon to be kind and just.
That's kind of nice. That's a nice thing to say.
I gotta be honest,
guess.
I think the government is still my daddy.
That's right.
Yeah. This is the kind of question a 12-year-old might ask, somebody said.
I only called the government my daddy in a sexual way. when women
Yeah,
leave
it's
a
sort of a
voicemail for
sexual
Biggie
daddy.
Smalls. Yeah.
Not to get too political on the
Please.
politics episode,
Please.
but like, what the fuck happens to people like this when the rubber hits the road and all of a sudden the laws and rules and stuff like that no longer protect them? You know what I mean?
I don't know what
When
you
the
mean.
government stops being their daddy, you mean?
Well, yeah, like, but in another way, but when the government is actively seeking to destroy them at every turn, and the laws no longer support their.
You mean like
needs.
when their bad public policy ideas are,
Yeah.
are put in place and then hurt them?
Yeah,
I
exactly,
think
yeah.
they probably think of more dumb shit to be mad
Yeah.
about, would be my
That's
guess.
Probably DEI.
Oh,
You
okay.
can never run out of dumb shit to be wrong and mad about. That's
Yeah.
the beauty of
Yeah,
the
that's
world
true.
and the power of the information age. I need to take a moment to stop the whole podcast and point out
Please.
that we have a user in this Quora under the name Satanus, whose only information is retiree.
Yeah, let's see what's going on with Satanus.
Picture of an upside down pentagram.
Who says, no, liberals always know the world is cruel, and unlike conservatives, don't expect the government to be their daddy. So this is how
Satan.
This is actually
Oh,
the
yeah.
answer to your question too, Josh, which is just
Yeah.
liberals and conservatives, both of their only answer to anything is just actually that's what you think.
Yeah, no, you're. Yeah,
idiot."
I know you are. What am I? Yeah. I'm curious if Satanus,
Just Joe Biden.
warlock of the Church of Satan. No fucking way. You
Wow,
goddamn nerd.
What a
Is Jeremy right? Is this Joe Biden?
Yeah, it
that's what I
is.
was saying. I was saying Joe Biden in the debate just being like, I'm rubber and and you're glue.
I'm a warlock.
What bounces off of me sticks onto you.
This guy is so fucking Reddit. Look at this.
He is.
Which death in the world isn't painful is the question. He answered, the death of an enemy caused by your hand wielding your batleth.
Opera buff.
What is a batleth?
Did Jesus really walk on water? Can science prove that? There is no scientific evidence that Jesus ever existed.
That's not true.
Much less walked on water.
There's a lot of evidence that Jesus existed.
Read my lip.
What is a batleth?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Read my lips. I need to know what a batleth is.
Is this a?
It is.
Oh, it's a Klingon thing, right? It's the weapon
Yeah, it's the
from
Klingon
Worf's weapon.
It's
Good Lord.
So for those listening, it's sort of a crescent-shaped weapon.
Yeah,
It's like a moon blade.
It's sort of a moon blade of
Right.
sorts.
This is there's the episode of Star Trek where Worf has to go do his fucking like honor trial or whatever, and he has to fight the guy.
I don't know.
Bat
I've never
left
seen
to
an
bat
episode.
left.
Yeah.
Now, I hear a lot about Klingons because of my last name, Patak, apparently is a curse to them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it means shit.
Whoa.
And in Polish, it means bird. These are the
Wow.
things people tell me on the
Klingons
internet.
hate the Polish.
Yeah.
And who can blame them?
Oh, and it's a utopia, you say? Interesting.
Okay.
Well, that's good to know. Fuck you, Satanus. We don't like you. You're boring.
No.
I don't think there's going to be any interesting questions
No.
or answers on this.
No, this is all
unfortunately.
exactly what you'd expect. It's like people submitting applications for the West Wing, basically.
We're not here to watch two different individuals and strangers fight. We're here to provide solutions, provide answers, and a path forward for this great country.
Oh, I like this question. Which Scandinavian country is best for me, an avid hunter, outdoorsman, and someone who enjoys solitude but wants to have plenty of options for beautiful women?
Okay.
Ooh.
So the question is, which country has outdoors but also women?
In Scandinavia? I don't think so.
How many countries are there in Scandinavia? I think like 3.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So technically, yes. And this is the thing that I was informed about. I think it's actually just 2. I think it's just Norway and Sweden.
Sure.
Jinx!
Wow. But people seem to include Denmark in this.
Because those are the Nordics, is
Sure.
Iceland, Denmark, Finland, and then also Sweden and
Okay.
Norway.
But Scandinavia is just the little penis coming out of Europe.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh,
Got it.
Hamlet
And then Finland's
has
the balls,
logged
yeah.
on.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so
Finland is the balls.
what do you
You
think?
fools.
What are you talking about?
Talking about how Finland is the balls of Scandinavia.
Okay, let's get the map up. On
Yeah.
We
See,
haven't looked
Finland's
at
the
a
balls.
map in a while.
It's a
Can I
weird.
say
It's a
that?
weird. It's a weird 2-headed penis, and then Finland is the balls.
Okay, if you're listening at home, pull up a map of Scandinavia. which is a
Yeah,
region
this
in
is the
Europe.
sort of two-headed penis. And
Yeah.
then Denmark is kind of the jizz.
Yeah.
Denmark is the jizz.
which, as we all know, comes out of the balls.
I was this is just reminding me now of another episode of
no, it
Quorators
doesn't
that I
come out of
was
the balls.
listening to,
Comes out of this.
where there was the guy in Malmo who was making the fucking Tintin with the
Yes.
naked lady or whatever.
Oh, yes.
That was perverse. I hated that.
Yeah.
I really liked it in a way that was quite awakening for me.
It was pretty upsetting. It had a dark energy to it, which a lot of this podcast does. I just want to be clear here that Alex misrepresented what I said. The Denmark cum comes out of the 2 penis heads, not Finland, which is the balls.
Finland is the balls.
Okay, but it's stored in Finland, which is the balls.
That's true.
Yes. that
And
is
then
true.
launched up through the Vas deferens,
Yes.
through Sweden and Norway.
Right through the ice hotel,
Right.
into Oslo, and right into
If you're watching the YouTube, there's a
Germany.
big part of the map that just says Ice Hotel.
I don't know why that is.
I guess that's where Ice Hotel is in Sweden. Anyway, which of these has the finest females?
Ooh, I'm going to go with Norway. Norway. Norway's my answer.
Which one is the least northern?
Denmark.
Because those women are cold.
They're cold.
Yeah, they're
in
cold.
Norway.
Well, they,
cold.
they stay warm under their coats. They have
Oh,
nice
yeah.
warm coats.
And we're all trying to get under there.
Okay.
Meow. I'm going to have to say, from looking at this map, if we're including Denmark, I would say Denmark because it is the least far north. And that is what I'm using to judge it.
Okay.
Now, if we're considering that the Vikings stole all the fine English and Irish women throughout the late 800s through 1200s and brought them back to these regions, which area had the most Vikings? Probably Norway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
then
think so.
then I would say Norway. Also, I'm not sure if we're
Norway.
including Denmark. So the answer is Norway. Check out Norway.
There we go.
It's
Like
very
the
cold.
movie, The what is it? The Worst Person in the World. That's a cool movie.
That seemed like a fun
There's
movie.
a girl in it.
There's movies from all over the world.
I mean, the fun thing, the fun thing about the Nordics is that, in the summertime you can go there and it is like daylight for like 18 hours every day.
Right.
Day and light.
Which is kind of cool. Yeah.
Everyone say one nice thing about the Nordics and we'll move on.
I thought you were going to say, everybody say one nice thing about Kid Cudi and then we'll move on.
Kid Cudi, we love ya.
I feel like he's had enough compliments. I want to talk about Norway. I like that they say skål.
Don't hit this thing. It comes up
All right, I'm sorry. I'm annoying Jeremy with my coffee cup. Jeremy, say one nice thing about Norway.
I already said that. I like the movie The Worst Person in the World.
Okay.
Check it out.
All right.
I love that I have listeners of my podcast from there. That's what I love.
Every one of our listeners is from the United States.
Oh, okay.
Every single one.
Nice.
Fly, Eagles! Do we want to look at the answers? There may be
There
some
are
good
none.
answers here.
There's no answers.
Oh, okay, great. All right, we'll move on then.
Unfortunately, we can see the question asker.
Sometimes when you go to these like weird specific European questions, they do have some strong characters.
This is
who
from
chime in.
Brandon Sparks, who is, I assume, Nicholas Sparks' shitty brother.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't want to read that one.
All right, he's got another question that sucks. And those are his two questions.
Christ.
If you would believe it, Brandon Sparks may have some problematic racial opinions.
Yeah,
As a guy
specifically
who
about
wants to go
Sweden and Scandinavia.
He wants to go and breed in Norway.
God,
He's
dude.
also kind of racist. He
How
doesn't
much-
believe
Like
it.
migrants.
This is a genuine question because both of you are subject matter experts, obviously.
I'm actually a father.
Yeah,
Alex is sort
you're-
of the government to me.
You're a subject matter expert in fatherhood. This is what I was going for. No, how many of the people on Quora, like
100%.
percentage-wise, would you estimate are this guy?
100.
Yeah, really?
I don't know. I think a
No.
lot of them are cops.
No, a lot of them are English guys.
Yes.
A lot of them are Indian guys.
But
A
most
lot
are
of them
different.
are American cops who are actively on duty.
Yes.
I would say racist Europeans is 30% of the
Yeah, I think that's
platform.
right.
Okay,
I'm being facetious.
If I was here when Ed Zitron came on, I was going to grill him about the European Anglo mind and what they are doing being so pedantic on the questions website.
Yeah,
but we
yeah,
did
yeah.
not have the time because I had to hold a
that
tiny
great
bottle up
meeting
to a
of the
demon.
minds couldn't happen.
Well, I think it's important to consider that the British mind and the European mind are different.
yes, because of Brexit.
They've exited.
They've
Yeah.
Brexited.
No, but genuinely, like the British mind is it's a beautiful thing to behold at all times.
Right.
Quora.
Right.
I'm on Quora.
Yeah, that's
what they sound
That's what they sound like.
Oh, I'm walking here.
None of our listeners sound like that. They're all from America.
I'm walking down Abbey Road.
Yeah, my impression of anybody is just a New Yorker, but in another place.
Do you have any bagels? Oh, you don't since World War II. It's an interesting how that all lines up.
I will never forget where I was on 9/11.
Where were you on 9/11? Why did I just become Australian?
It's an international website.
Oh, okay.
Oh, brother. Okay, let's move on to another question.
Okay.
Here's one. Will anyone be reading my upcoming warning to Christ-believing Christians to reject Trump as Messiah?
I will, yeah.
The book is, quote, The Trump Heresy, and it's speaking out against demons like Trump-Vance. Want more info?
Huge
Yes.
respect for this post.
Yes, I do. I do want more info.
This is like a Subway advertisement written into a Quora post.
Anyway, I want to know more about this book.
Wait, hold on. Look at this answer from Fitry K, who says no real Christians think Trump is Messiah. I only heard that from evil fake Christians who support evil Democrat who propagate cardinal sin of abortion, killing babies, and LGBT agenda to Christians.
Flawless victory.
And Chris Bilpedio shows up and says, "Hey, Fitry, if you as a Christian don't believe in abortion or LGBT lifestyle, then don't get an abortion and don't be LGBT. Why should you and your religious beliefs get to dictate what freedoms other people have? You're not God, and only God can judge us for our sins. Your faith as a Christian is not to save the rest of the world. It is simply to live your life as you follow your religion and worship your God."
I know that the Q in LGBTQ isn't, like, it's not been around as much as the other letters, but doesn't it look naked without it now? I'm like, where's the Q?
Yeah, well, I mean,
And the Q is for
Q and
questioning,
not.
it's for Quora. Yeah.
which is Quora.
Quora. Yeah, it's Quora users.
It's the questioning
Lesbian,
website.
gay, bi, trans, Quora user. It's what LGBTQ stands for.
It's a rainbow.
Richard Troll says, I might pick it up when it comes out in Dollar Tree.
Boom.
Got his ass.
I want to see this guy's profile because maybe he'll tell us about the book. I want to know more. Oh, it's just Quora user. It doesn't say.
Go on Google or Amazon and search the name of the book.
There's no way that this book came out. This guy is around.
I want to know more, and I want to find and download this great book by an independent
The Trump Heresy.
The Trump Heresy, it's called.
We're not going to be able to. I mean, someone else might have written this.
Trump Heresy.
What is the Trump Heresy?
I'm noticing Quora come up a lot.
That's not
Yeah, I mean, it's probably just people talking about the actual heresy that I've been seeing quite a bit. I mean, our show talks a fair bit about like weird evangelical Christian shit. And there are a lot of people who genuinely do believe that Donald Trump was like sent by God himself. And I've seen people saying shit that is like genuinely heretical. It's wild.
I do really like the idea that God sent like a messenger,
Yeah.
and it is just like a guy who is very easy to distract and love McDonald's. A man addicted to Diet
Just
Coke.
so
It's
much
just
Diet
like
Coke all the time.
God's hand on earth.
And it's just like actual blasphemy, the sort of shit these people are saying. It's incredible. Now, I don't know what this is.
This is on Reddit. Someone posted a weird meme of Donald Trump. We don't need to talk about it. We can talk about how Alex apparently is playing a lot of metaphor.
Oh, have you been playing Roof Fantasio?
I have been. I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'm going to talk about the thing we were talking about before. Very into the idea of promoting your book before it is out. I wanted to say that that's like that's something that happens at large corporations where there are different arms working of the building at once, and one moves ahead of the other one. But the idea of just being like, if I can just get buzz going for the Trump heresy, I'm going to be waking up at 6 every morning. I'm going to be doing 500 words a day.
I think it's not even just it's not out yet. He probably hasn't written it yet.
Well, he's trying to get himself going. Yeah. That's what's so cool
That's
about
a classic move of people being like, I'm thinking about writing a book. Does that interest you?
Have you ever gone on the R podcasting subreddit?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Every day of my life.
Wild shit.
Yeah.
I go
a lot
there.
of guest swapping on there.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. People being like, we need a guest. And they're like, well, I need a guest. And I'm like, let's each do each other.
Which is great. But I think it's always amazing to me how much of it is like, hey, I want to talk to some friends on a podcast.
Yeah.
How should I do that?
Yeah.
It's like,
it's weird.
The idea of some basic stuff that happens on the corporate podcasting like culture forums is very interesting to me, which is just like, I would like to talk to someone, but I don't know who. Would you like to give me some?
I don't know who I want to talk to, and I don't know what I want to talk about.
I don't know what we're talking about.
I just want to talk to somebody.
I have a microphone. I know that.
A lot of really interesting stuff that we actually just didn't read for some reason. So this is from Johnny D. Shot is the name of this guy. His name is just Quora user, and it says the person's name is hidden due to violating Quora's policy on names.
Damn.
So we actually just can't read his name. His bio says Johnny D. Shot is an actual athlete. Look it up.
Okay.
Good to go now.
Yep.
Tried to change name to Johnny completely censored surname, but y'all rejected that too. Help, please.
So was it maybe originally Johnny Dick Shot? Do you think
It
that was the...
be. Yeah. And then his most recent question is, why is Trump a Soviet dog for his master Putin?
Dick Shot. But his name is just hidden. So his bio is a clapback to the Quora moderation team.
Right. Interesting.
But all day he's out there shooting his Johnny Dick Shot all over Quora.com. He's the lonely stoner who likes to free his mind at night.
I'm reading another question. This is on trumpersartraders.quora.com.
Have you been here before, or did we just have the space like
definitely been here before.
It's a bit controversial.
And this is from the space Trumpers Are Traitors?
Yeah, space to expose the treasonous misdeeds of Trump and his followers. Okay. And that sort of, I remember Trump being a toilet thing in the toilet.
Yeah. Sorry, did you already say the name of the space? I was only just noticing it, and I think it took over my brain.
The question is, dear liberals, if Joe Rogan walked up to you at a Dennys and told you that you could become a MAGA Republican or he would beat you up in the parking lot, would you finally stop being an evil liberal?
So I'm at Dennys.
Now, this is, again, one of the plots of an episode of my TV show, Lib Baby.
For sure.
Lib Baby is trying to get a grand slam. He's on tour. He's going from county to county trying to start Planned Parenthood.
Well, he's with his friend, AI-generated Joe Rogan. And they go, so it's a lot of Joe Rogan being like, hey, Lib Baby, it's me, Joe Rogan, your friend.
Right.
And then they go to Dennys together and they run into a liberal.
but like a real liberal, not just.
yeah.
No, it's lib baby.
And, well,
Lib
here's a question.
baby.
Here's a question actually about lib baby, if I may. Do you
Don't
think
poke holes in lib?
No, I'm not poking
That's
holes in
not possible
anything.
to
I'm just wondering if lib baby
I've
is
seen
like
the Bible.
fundamentally like a capital L like liberal, or if lib baby sort of like has lib tendencies but sort of exists as the everyman in this universe.
Are you asking is lib baby a cultural liberal or a classical liberal like Adam Smith?
I'm wondering how dedicated lib baby is. Yeah,
you're right. You're picking up something very important here, which is that he's sort of the opposite of Jeff Daniels in the newsroom.
Okay,
where he's like, I'm a liberal, but everything he says is actually just conservative stuff.
Okay,
you know how have you guys seen the newsroom?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where Jeff Daniels is like, I'm a conservative, I'm a Republican, and then everything he's like, we need Obama.
Yeah, it's just
because I'm Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Aaron Sorkin has such a brain on him. It's extraordinary.
He's always getting brain from the finest women in town.
Yeah.
And then getting dumped by them, and then writing an entire season of the worst television show you've ever fucking seen.
Honestly, can you think
I'm actually talking about Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. That one is wild.
Life? Can you think of a better life than getting slurped off and turning it into the best television on screen?
Stop hitting that fucking cup.
I like hitting it.
It comes up in the audio.
This baby is a liberal.
That's
and
right.
He is
a
going
liberal
to
baby.
Dennys.
That's right. Sorry, he's at Dennys.
Joe
yes.
Rogan is there, and he
That's
says,
right.
"I'm going to kick your ass unless you start
you
taking
can't,
my pills
You
for
can't
blood."
be talking like that, lib baby.
You can't be talking like that,
You
little
can't
baby.
be talking like that.
Shout out to
baby.
Thomas White. I think in that case, you would probably lie to Joe Rogan just to get him off your case, because that's what you do when someone confronts you in a public setting. But I don't think that would stop you from being an evil liberal.
No, it would not.
You are born on separate sides of a holy war, and
Right.
the only way out is divine resolution through combat
Yes.
and war.
Yes.
Oh.
Pooping in your woke diaper.
Sure.
Yeah, going ahead. Doing a land acknowledgement for all the shit in there.
Hey.
God damn.
Lib Baby does a lot of land acknowledgement.
More like a landfill acknowledgement. You're filling it up with those diapers. Am I right?
on.
Hey.
Oh, I didn't say it. I didn't
My
say
God.
it. This is a baby we're talking
Head
about.
to x.com, the everything app, for all new episodes of Lib Baby.
This is the thing. This is the thing. The baby is liberal, but he is not woke.
No.
No. He believes in a nuclear family.
Yeah.
And
He
strong
kind of
nuclear
tells it how it is.
Yeah.
You can hug me with nuclear arms.
Yeah, I guess that's the question: is does he have a baby voice?
He definitely does.
Oh, like I'm a little baby, like that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Okay.
I mean, you gotta get
to Ukraine.
We will fight to the last one of them. Blood for soil.
I think Jon Stewart should be president.
We need NATO to expand further. If we don't support NATO expansion, we're going to lose the whole culture.
China is our blood enemy. One cannot continue while the other survives.
Lib Baby.
I'll get you next time, lib baby.
Anyway, what would you do?
People are rude in the comments, but
There's
thing
100+ answers.
Oh my
on here.
God.
There's too many
there's
answers.
one from a cook.
People are being mean. Someone said, "So
Yeah,
your cult is so good, you need to threaten
Oh,
people
this
with
is
violence."
this is another guy who's like fucking Aaron Sorkin posting at him.
Steve Swangler.
Steve
Steve
Swangler
Swangler?
says, and I want to read this real quick, just a bit of it. Doing my best Jeff Daniels in the newsroom actually here. So your cult is so good that you need to threaten people with violence to get them to join you?
Boom.
I'm not evil. Liberals aren't the one who erected gallows to murder the vice president and Congress people. We didn't attack the police. We didn't plan to kidnap the governor of Michigan. We aren't the ones doing nothing to protect children from school shootings. We aren't the ones banning books. We aren't the ones afraid of history. You are.
We're the ones protecting Israel.
That's right.
With $10 billion.
That one's not in the answer, but it would fit in
But it
there.
would
So
fit.
I felt like I had to clarify that to the audience.
And if Joe Rogan tried to threaten me, it sure as hell wouldn't happen at a Dennys. But not only would he get his ass kicked, I would press charges on him and sue him.
Boom.
When you need an idiot like Joe Rogan on your side to threaten people, that says much more about you and your cult
Now,
than anyone else.
I did not know Steve Swangler. There's no way he's beating up Joe Rogan.
No, Joe Rogan is
so
taking,
strong.
He's taking so many steroids that he looks his belly looks like Krang.
He looks like his stomach is made of 10 fists.
I'm also fascinated that Steve apparently lived in the United States from 1971 to 2022. Where is he now, do you think?
And coincidentally, that's about when we started the Quorators podcast.
He's in Tel Aviv. All right, click on Steve and see if we got any body pics because I need to see if he can fight Joe Rogan.
It doesn't.
If it's if he's like a Jack Reacher type guy, he's like 7 feet tall and made of muscles. Maybe I believe it. But Joe Rogan, I've seen so many videos of him doing roundhouse kicks that I just can't believe Steve Swangler's taking him out.
I don't see any pictures of Steve Swangler.
We're now googling Steve.
There
Swangler.
is apparently a
hockey player
named Steve.
I think that's a different guy.
Wait a minute though. If that is
this is just him. This is just him.
Okay.
He's just a
guy
fan
who
of hockey.
he likes hockey. He's posting hockey.
I'm on
pictures,
X.com. The everything happened. He has a picture of a dog.
It's a good dog, I guess.
If it was a professional hockey player, I'd be like, well, maybe actually he's a professional athlete. But no.
You might like Eagle Feather, Alex. Twitter's trying to get you to follow a guy with the Trump profile picture named Eagle Feather.
All right.
Get off of my X profile where I go to post cringe. That's where my cringe is.
Oh, dear liberals. I like starting all questions with that.
It really is. This is just the fucking Aaron Sorkin and his impact on the world. Every fucking buddy wants to just write that shit.
It's pretty cool. And this is a big website, too, for aspiring authors, too.
Sure.
So I think that
sense.
if you have like a real point to make, you go to Quora.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
an author's website. It's the one website for writing that's left.
Is
Right.
Stephen King on here? I know he's on Twitter because that guy loves writing. But,
Stephen King, Quora.
Top Quora. What is so great about Stephen King?
I don't think he's on
I don't
here.
think that's his real
Yeah,
Quora.
no.
He's all over Twitter.
Yeah.
He was.
There's questions about him. You could do a whole episode just about Stephen King questions, honestly.
We sure could.
I maybe would do that after
seems like it would
Pig
get long.
Week.
Hey, okay.
Sorry
see
that
how long we've been recording
Sorry that
for.
didn't pan out for this week, but we will do Pig Week at some point.
Let's
do
do
one more. One
Wow.
more sweet send off.
Okay, this is a religious question.
Oh.
I'm gonna get the sound right. Ready? I'm gonna get the sound right.
Question everything. I can't remember if we did this one or not. Is the creature we call Bigfoot or Sasquatch Cain, who killed his brother Abel and was cursed to wander the earth forever?
Wait, did you do this as the one that I was gone for? Is that what happened?
Maybe. Let me look.
Go ahead and look, and we'll
I've
cut
never
this out, and it
actually-
will perfectly.
I've never actually heard this theory.
Okay.
Hold on. We have to see if Andrew Durso was asked this question.
This is just getting...
No, on this one we did on the TV show Finding Bigfoot, the crew plays mating calls to lure him out. What would the crew do if he makes a beeline to them with a raging erection?
Okay, I remembered you talking about Bigfoot. So, all right, so it's fair game then.
Yes.
Is Bigfoot Cain who killed his brother Abel? Discuss.
This is a real theory. I don't remember. I think the reason I'm thinking we did it is because I've heard people suggest this before.
And because the idea with the mark of Cain is that he got a mark put on his head, and so nobody can hurt him. And so the idea is that this then makes him invincible, basically.
I guess it turned him into a hairy guy.
It's like an Achilles heel situation where there's like one part of him that's corrupted.
Yeah.
Change him. And what I like about this is the idea of the Yeti does not indicate there would be like a race of Yetis per se, because then you would see a bunch of them around. It seems like something bad happened to one guy who is just around now.
Yeah, and it's just really hairy and walks around.
Because if there were many Bigfoots or northwestern water apes, as they are sometimes called, you would be seeing them out at your campground. And that is not the case for many campers out in the field. So we have no choice but to believe that in the Mormon Bible, where Cain killed Abel in Kansas or somewhere in North America, he was then cursed for his murderous act and sin against the Lord and turned into this vile creature.
He could have walked over the land bridge with everybody else.
The land bridge from
Russia to Alaska.
I don't think I knew that Cain and Abel were in America in the Mormon cosmology.
Well, I think everything for Mormons is in America.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, I'm generalizing because I haven't taken the time to really study Mormonism like I should. But
I thought the
my
whole bit-
understanding is it's just like, that stuff in Africa, it's in
it's here
Des
now.
Moines.
It's in Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole idea that like Joseph Smith found like buried, what is it, like extra texts.
Right. Well, I know about the
Right.
plates because he found them pretty close to here, is my understanding. It was like it was
Really?
upstate New York. Yeah.
Really?
In fact, the reason I know about this
The
is
most racist place in America.
that's it's up there. When I was in Salt Lake City a year or two ago, for skiing purposes. I decided to go to the temple. Like they've got the big temple right in downtown Salt Lake, right? And there was this very helpful docent there, such a nice lady. And she told me all about, because there was a life-size replica of the golden plates that were weighted. Like they were as heavy as the real plates were in real life when Joseph Smith found them in real life.
Whoa, mama.
And she was just like, and this just makes me think all the time about like how amazing it was that Joseph Smith, he was on the run from these bandits. He had so much going on in his life, and he was still able to carry these plates. It was just incredible. I was like, yeah, it really makes you think.
It's kind of what happens when I read about Stalin. Just like, this guy had a lot going on.
Yeah.
I got to do more stuff.
Yeah.
I got to like blow up a carriage with a bomb.
Is Joseph Smith America's Stalin? Is that what I'm taking away from this?
I'll leave that to the listeners.
Hey.
to decide.
I'm imagining like Alex's mom being like, "Why can't you be more like Stalin?"
So handsome. This is my very Irish mother.
Like he's your more impressive brother.
Yeah.
Why won't you be more like Jugashvili?
Whatever happened to your friend Lenin?
He has a newspaper. When are you going to start a newspaper?
Why are you always hitting people with ice picks?
That Trotsky, he was a really nice boy. I thought he was so nice. What happened
Why
to him?
don't you get
Put it back in
along?
your photos.
This just sounds like my mom thinks I am Stalin, which is not the case.
No, it's not.
I call Leon. Nice boy, Leon.
I have a mom like this. This is my mom. My mom keeps texting me lately to warn me that my wife will leave me. She keeps being like, "I hope your wife doesn't leave you." And I say, "Why do you say this?" She's like, "I have anxiety."
Claire is in private chats with your mom being like, "Isn't Jeremy washed?"
But my mom says me shit like this all the time. Her big thing is my mom's like catchphrase in life is basically like, "You can't do that."
Oh, okay.
You won't be able to.
I mean, as long as we're doing mom impressions, I guess it would be, well, Josh, how's it been going lately? Is everything going well in New York? Okay, that's great.
Oh my god.
That sounds just like her.
Now we have a role for mother of lib babies that is wide open.
This is the pitch of the show. Josh does both voices.
Well, no, we get my mom to be the
works
mom.
too.
And then, it's just
Lib
like,
mom.
because,
You'll have a natural dynamic that way.
as long as Lib Baby is canonically from West Michigan, I think we can make that work.
Well,
Is
we're
that
cutting.
where he's from?
He could be. Here's the thing: we're cutting the writers, right, to save money. So we're going to use a bit of AI and a bit of improv.
Okay.
And we're not going to pay you extra for that. So we're hoping to have someone who has sort of a family connection.
Got
They can
it.
just improvise.
Yeah, I think I have a family connection to the material.
That's really great, and you do have that natural vibe. You're going to really hit it.
Yeah.
And
Me
when
and my mother, you mean? Yeah.
When we introduce Lib Baby and Lib Baby's mother to the third character, Pickle Rick, we are going to be viral every day, all the way until we get our own sauce in stores.
That's right.
Oh man, we got.
I don't remember what we're doing on Quora, but wait, very important picture on the. We're back to the Sasquatch question. We forgot about Sasquatch.
Is Bigfoot Cain?
This looks AI generated.
We're here on Chadwick Tyrone's
It has a
answer of
name
a
on
gorilla chasing a tiger.
Yeah, I think Julio Lacerda is the guy who did the really cool prompt for that really cool. I like that one. I like that guy. We're looking at
We're just looking at
a
gorillas.
Bigfoot. Is that a gorilla? Is that a
it's some
Bigfoot?
sort of
What is
ape.
that?
Could we please read Chadwick Tyrone's answer?
Read it?
Okay.
And weep.
Absolutely not.
I got his ass.
What Sasquatch is supposed to be is not even human, but a pongid.
Okay.
Orangutan group. Ape called Gigantopithecus Black Eye.
Okay.
Whoa.
And then a bunch of pictures of very
I guess
vicious orangutans.
Gigantopithecus.
Yeah, that guy, that's a pissed off orangutan
It
right
kind
there.
of looks like it's going to
Pissed.
kill that tiger.
Yeah.
All right, keeps going down. It looks 10 feet tall, according to this graph. That's a Gigantopithecus black guy.
I like his big hands.
According to the shape of the mandible, Jeremy.
Just to be clear, it's black eye as in black with an eye at the end. It keeps sounding like you're saying black guy.
Well, it's Gigantopithecus black guy.
Or it might be blocky. Blocky?
I think it's probably black.
I don't want to say blacky.
Yeah, no, I said
That's worse.
I said blocky.
I'm trying to do science right now from Chadwick Tyrone.
Actually, I think it's Chadwick Tyrone. He's got the accent over the E.
I'm trying to read Quora.
Sorry, please read.
This is a serious Sasquatch discussion.
Yeah.
going.
Chadwick Tyranay telling us how it is.
According to the shape of the mandible, it had a very short face for an ape, and some reconstructionists have said the foramen magnum, the hole under the skull where the neck attaches to the head, is directly beneath the head instead of a down back like a quadrupedal ape's is, but more on top of the neck like a gibbon's or an upright walking person. So this is why many rebuilds of the ape show him walking on two legs. When you consider this was very possibly a red-furred ape at this size, probably bipedal too, it sounds an awful lot like a Sasquatch, whether real or not. Sasquatch, if real, would also fit the description of a Paranthropus boisei. And then it shows like this kind of funky looking ape that
I don't
looks
like
a
this guy.
busted
I like
ass
that you
man.
can see his little penis.
I fucking hate him.
I do like it. It's very honest.
This is an image
real
made by
small.
a man known as Roman Yevseyev.
Yeah, that's who painted. That's who painted the Sasquatch.
Do you like my Sasquatch? I gave him a little Scandinavian penis.
It was hard for me to make in light a room with no light bulb.
I made this Finland quite large. Here's a skull.
Anyway, you're not really.
Here's another gorilla.
Chadwick Tyrone not really getting into the biblical part of it.
He's just saying his argument basically is that Sasquatch is like an older, bigger gorilla that has since evolved into the modern gorilla.
Please, a pongid.
I think what's going on here is Chadwick just has his special interest. Like, I bet if we go and we look at his other answers, it's all going to be shit to do with like primates.
It does feel like he's kind of shoehorning it in, doesn't it?
Paleozoologist.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of talking about the politics of Puerto Rico.
Oh, here we
You're
go.
wrong, actually, because his most recent answers to the question, why have none of the stimulus checks gone to Puerto Rico? And he says, brown people bad.
Yeah, I think that's an ironic brown people bad there.
right.
Yeah, this is Chadwick Tyrone.
But I actually,
think he's joking.
I actually really love the second one. I want to give the Q and Alex, have you give the A on this one, which is in a 1v1 fight, knowing each other's abilities, who would punch first, Hit or Gerd?
GERD being gastroesophagus reflux disease. Hit is a guy from Dragon Ball Z.
He says Goku.
He says Goku.
I don't know who GERD is.
Gerd.
Could you just quickly Google GERD? His two questions are, could Mario beat Superman and how? And could 40k Marines kill Superman without using kryptonite? We haven't been doing as many of these versus questions on Quora, but they are a lot of the website.
Oh, this is a
this
different
guy.
name for Goldo.
Oh, because it's spelled with katakana, so it's like good or dull.
Oh, he's got so many eyes.
Okay, now do you have an answer?
Yeah, Hit would wash the floor with Goldo.
Okay.
They both have time pausing abilities. I understand why you would match them, but Hit is just of a far higher caliber than Goldo, and he lives in a different world, a different universe. You have to wonder if he is Goldo's pair.
Do you think Claire's listening to this episode or no?
No chance.
At this point, maybe like the first 5-10 minutes, and then it was like,
Well,
as a new mother, there's no time.
thank you so. Yeah, Claire had a baby. That's 100% true. It's not a bit like with Alex. Alex's was a bit, baby.
Yeah, just playing ha.
a bit cute.
Oh,
Thank you, Josh.
He's been sending pictures of Josh around town.
That's right, to his baby, weirdly.
That's been the episode, of course. I hope you've learned as much as you've laughed. We would like to thank our guest here, Josh. Josh, do you have any plugs that you'd like to give to the listener at home?
Sure. Yeah, I co-host a podcast called The Worst of All Possible Worlds. We talk about culture. We talk about cultural narratives. We talk about media. We talk about the way that those things shape our world. And, of course, we did have Alex on our show on recording on what must have been the hottest day of the summer. We were all loopy as fuck. But we just talked about Dragon Ball Z for like 2.5 hours.
You asked me what was the least amount of Dragon Ball Z you could watch to understand it, and we got down to 8 episodes, I believe was the smallest amount.
It was great, though.
I stand by that decision, but it was like...
I remember...
I said it, and I was like, why do I have to watch 8 episodes?
Yeah, you told me that. You were like, I got to watch 8 episodes of Dragon Ball Z for a podcast. I was like, they're making you watch 8 episodes? And you're like, well, actually, it was my decision.
I was,
then you have no
it's
excuse.
like, you can structure the episode however you like. I gave you free reign.
That's just the amount you had to watch. It's not my fault.
No, it was really great. I've gone back. I've actually re-listened to it a couple times because it's so wonderful how me not knowing anything about Dragon Ball Z, I ask you a question and you just immediately get set and you're like, okay. So
I have a lot of opinions on Dragon Ball Z. Unfortunately, that can never be recorded in a podcast.
Yeah, right.
But such is the way of life
Oh, well.
sometimes. If you'd like more of our show, we have bonus episodes every Thursday where we go on other websites. Maybe we see what the war elephant's about.
Yeah.
We go and we
WikiHow.
check out all kinds of stuff. It's a crazy place
Reddit.
over there. And of course,
Answers.com.
we have a new mother and father on this show, and we are supported by listeners like you. Please support us at patreon.com/Quorators. Thank you for your service.
I will never have a baby.
Jeremy is as barren as the desert is dry, and that's the show, motherfuckers.
Bye.
Bye.
Watch yourself.